Slark game that he could take over, but do you also agree with that?
It's possible that it could take over the game, but I'm also thinking, like, it might have just been a, well, what heroes have we got left to be able to play sort of thing? Because like I was saying before, who wants to go first on SG in a lot of these fights, right? Willow can't, Chen can't, Enigma can't, Pudge doesn't really want to until he's like level 12 with 2 or 3 items. And then Slark, he's your position 1 carry. He's the one that's going to be winning you the game from being able to out carry a Kunkka or a Tiny, right? So how's he going to be able to do that if he's frontlining for a lot of these team fights before he's truly ready?
I think we're probably going to see KXY go down this blink route that we saw Ori go pretty often on the mid Pudge if they didn't have this playmaker. So maybe the blink is going to help them at least jump some of the supports. I do feel like they can just rely on, though, Infamous starting the fights. Like, Conkem needs to run into the middle. Same with the Beastmaster. Tiny as well needs to get there. So if you can sustain through that initial jump, then you don't particularly need to be the ones initiating.
Oh, just sidesteps it out there. They've got the vision up. That should give them the information needed. Oh, hook.
Very nicely done as Winter Wyvern will give over first blood. And it's going to be KXY that finds it. So, oh no, a split, apologies, to the tower. So all the gold's going to get, you know, unfortunately not getting all the first blood bounty for KXY. Would have loved to have that early bottle, but they do get the kill onto the Winter Wyvern.
And now it's our money, you know? That's the thing. You want to make sure that it's split throughout the team. Again, these are multiple heroes that need to hit their timings. And even just with the mid lane, love the, with the bot lane, with the Kunkka. Look at his item build. Blades of Attack, first item, and just stats. He wants to clear out these Eidolons as quickly as possible. So I'm liking the fact that he's going down this route.
Yep. I really wonder how they're going to be able to play this lane, honestly, from Oscar and LTH. Because we were mentioning that, like, a Dark Willow Enigma lane doesn't sound the greatest at all. And now you've got the Kunkka, which is one of the best matchups into the Enigma. So I'm honestly not quite sure what their idea is going to be. Maybe they just play to really keep the hard camp open and just constantly try and pull back the creep wave.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, you've also got the Wyvern who went the level 1 Arctic Burn. I'm not sure if I'm a massive fan of that, just because I feel like with the Splinter Blast in this lane, like, Parker was almost one-shotting these Eidolons, at least at level 1. So if you just have that little bit of extra damage coming from the Arctic Burn, then suddenly a lot of this lane dominance that you've got from the Enigma doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, just have a look at how much these Eidolons take if he's not microing correctly, which he is for now, so nicely done by Oscar.
Look at him just sending them all the way to the right side. He's like making sure there's no opportunity for Parker to be able to find those denies. So we do take a look at the opposite side lane and how this one is starting up at the moment. Frank on his ever so comfortable Beastmaster into the Slark lane as well from Malzva. Has he got a stick? Yeah, he's got a stick, which does have a headdress as well. So they're just going to look to play the sustain in this lane. I feel like SG are going to be more than okay.
I liked it as well. So
yeah,
that was not just the players. This server is so bad. Bro, they're blaming the Argentina server. You can't be doing that. It's given us so many good people. Messi, for one.
Are you even a soccer fan?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
A little bit. I'm a casual soccer fan. I go for Newcastle in the Premier League.
Oh god. Yeah. Well, that's why you're casual.
Oh god. It's because my dad's a Geordie, bro. He's you got to support the family line.
I mean, that is very understandable on why you're only a casual supporter, because Newcastle have not been good for quite some time.
It's our time, bro. It's happening.
Ah, right. Sports talk. Sorry. We have to stop.
All right, here we go. So, top side, I mean, I like the fact that obviously you've got this Chen to be able to counter out the Call of the Wild build on the Beastmaster, but it's not like it's his only build, right? You just go into the Wild Axis and you're totally fine.
Dude, you can't be... Look at Layer Cell. It's just... He's got way too many vials. This guy's balling out. It's like, alright, I'll use this one instead. What level is actually...
flexing on him.
Why can't we see the Battle Pass level? I thought we... Actually, I can't. Hang on. Layer Style. He is... 2,000, wait, no, 200, 1,250. So yeah, this guy's got plenty of vials to be able to spread.
That's juicy. Even just KXY going taking away one of these hard camps that they were trying to build up here on Michael. Looks like they got both of them blocked up, so there's not going to be any kind of stacking going on of the Ancients, which of course a Kunkka or a Tiny needs.
Mid lane,
KXY.
Okay. There's might actually be able to get the kill. One more right click, but KXY has got a Fairy Fire. He's got a turn. No way, they get it back around. KXY, this madman. Oh, he'll still get the damage out afterwards. Now back to top lane as Chen goes down. Malzva sealing up a lot of essence, but Mike with the body blocks allows Frank to get out, but still the Mirana's going to be cautious. Slark, he pounces in. He's going to go forward, gets the last right click. The arrow, unfortunately, not having the mana for Michael, so Malzva will get out, and he's even thinking about trying to catch up to Mirana, but Michael will duke to the left and not continue to chase the Slark into the tree line.
Yeah, Frank just getting a little bit too close there. I mean, that was a Slark that had stolen 10 Essence stacks at that time, an extra 30 Agi at 3.5 minutes into the game.
Bottom lane.
There's no way you're going to be able to survive that.
LTH will end up going down. Affliction along with Parker.
Just thought the creep might get him.
These goddamn ghosts.
Look at his build, man. Look at Kunkka's build. Double blades of attack. He's just like, these Eidolons will not exist if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah, and you see Oscar's kind of had to go for a very early buckler just to maybe help out a little bit with the Eidolons. I know it is core into the Wraith pack, but early in the lane as well to give you that little bit of bonus armor against the right-click damage. I kind of like the adaptation.
What's KXY doing here? Looks like he's about ready to snipe another one of these hard creeps. Ends up getting it as well, the poor Pinecone. And yeah, there's just action all around the map right now. I'm interested to see if there's any like additional armor items being built up by KXY in particular. Again, I was mentioning it before, that period until you're level 10 is where you're most vulnerable. And he's actually going for the power treads instead, I believe, instead of the phase boots. Kind of surprising.
Go Midas.
Really need that armor.
Oh, nice.
Man, he's just landing all these hooks.
Oh, so you keeping track?
No.
Well, it does have the level 6. So this is a nice thing that we didn't particularly mention with this lane. The fact that you have Pudge has got a ridiculous amount of base damage, which you can often just easily win a matchup in regards to the CS and Deny's advantage. But Tiny, he's one of the few heroes that can actually match up versus the Pudge. So we see the CS chart is relatively even between the two.
And I feel like he's going to look to trade much more now with the Pudge, right? He's level 6 on Leo style. So he just wants to make sure that, all right, I've got the armor advantage. Phase boots, grow. There's no way that he's just right-clicking me down. Look at this. How often do you see at 5 minutes an Enigma just bullied all the way back towards the triangle? You are a lane dominator. That's why you pick an Enigma, and Infamous have completely countered that.
Chen might be in a bit of trouble towards the triangle. Really nice wraparound from Leo style, and he's able to secure just a solo kill. Maybe Mirana was nearby to soak up some experience, but nothing crazy. And it didn't have to commit too far from the lane as well, so he's already back and keeping up the farm.
I like the KXY and LTH have been invading the enemy jungle. You just took away a double stack there on the Pudge with the Rot. He's, of course, got the Arcane Rune as well, so could frequently look to use the Dismember just to make sure he's not too low and able to join into some of these ganks. Parker might be in a little bit of trouble. Not quite level 6 yet, but KXY is not quite quick enough. And it is that quick Blink Dagger as well that he's going for. But do you really want to be blinking in super deep when you don't have armor against a very physical damage-heavy draft? I think maybe top side, Frank will try and go for a kill. Yeah.
Frank, almost enough mana for the roar.
One more. It's a lot of damage. He's not level 6 yet.
They've got the Chen coming. Any TPs? No TPs. In fact, it's going to be Radiant that's smoking top. I love this play. You've got the catapult wave. You've shoved the Slark out of the lane. You are lacking mana, though, for Frank, but you're expecting someone on SG to defend the tower.
Yeah. Just he's been mana burned. They ended up killing the Satyr Mind Stealer creep, but Malzva still isn't level 6 just yet. A little chuckle there. Oh, they found him. Do they have the damage? No, Michael's just off. Doesn't even end up landing onto the Mud Golem with his Sacred Arrow, so it's a big movement that doesn't actually result in anything. So good presence of mind there by Mausver to be able to dodge that one out, and as soon as he's level 6, he feels so much more comfortable, excuse me, of staying up in this top lane on his own.
Do you feel like there's any big winners off the back of the laning phase? Because the net worth is looking relatively even between the two.
Pudge is the big winner. Like, he was able to obviously be part of that first blood. He got the solo kill before he died, so he had that experience advantage over the Tiny. He's been able to snipe away a couple of creeps as well.
Lane.
Rotation
nice
top.
hook.
I mean, and these hooks, man.
Arrow just gonna sidestep it, and now Leo style, he'll be the first person killed off the Centaur Conqueror.
Nice Centaur.
Starting on to 2, incredible micro coming out from Frank. Mausver's looking to push on 4, but he doesn't have anyone playing behind him at the moment because KXY, he's actually tried to turn with the Dismember to get rid of the Centaur. A little bit of payback for finding the double stomp, but it'll cost his own life there. So Infamous, they find 2 and only lose the Tiny.
I'm going in a little bit too deep there. Mausver doesn't really have the trees to be able to play around with anymore in terms of his Shadow Dance regen, so doesn't want to go too deep and commit himself. Oscar, at least he's already been able to pick up that Vlad's offering for himself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So he'll be looking okay with the scaling. But this is what I was talking about, right? If the Pudge didn't have such a great lane with a lot of these rotations, with stealing away the stacks, with being part of the first blood, with getting the solo kill, it would be all 3 of Infamous's heroes at the very top.
This is not good
right now.
Parker's top. Mausver's ultimate still on cooldown as well. They're going to look to get the combo of beautiful timing in the Dark Pack, and no one goes down. Slark slips into the tree line. They will finally get the tower. They have to bring an extra member to be able to do so. But SG are farming across the map. You've got Enigma getting catch up down bottom. Vlad's completed for Oscar. You've got a double damage rune that's going to be secured for the Pudge, which could maybe lead in... Oh, okay, he's not going to go for the rune. Go for the rune. Oh,
I mean, he might be baiting it.
Okay, never mind. It's not there. I don't know what happened. My map's
That's
bugging
just on
out.
the map.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that Pudge had previously when he made his rotation up top. But Rune this time going to be picked up by Leo Style. Invis, exactly what you want. What level is Pudge? Level 8. So again, only 3 armor. This is not good. This is not what you want as a Pudge. You are just so squishy in this super early game.
Lane, Leo Style. But the Invis he just picked up at the 10-minute mark. Beautifully done. Gets the kill, and now they've got the catapult as well to move to the tower. And Slark is not in fighting shape. This hero cannot team fight early on at all. Mausver is going to need plenty more items to show up, and even Oscar as well, so they might have to give up this tower.
I think they almost certainly will have to, even looking to get rid of that siege creep as well. Anything that would have just stopped the continuous push coming through. Maybe if you're able to get a great hook coming through from KXY, but again, he's just not in the state to be able to do that just yet. I believe he's just had the Blink Dagger delivered to himself, but again, broken record. Don't think he really wants to participate in anything until he's level 10.
Look at this. He's even make sure he keeps the Blink Dagger out of sight. They do have a Hawk just in front of the tower, but they're not going to see the smoke from SG that was far enough back where Infamous weren't able to find the vision, and they're going to look to move top. They do see Frank under this Observer Ward. It's a pretty big kill if they're going to be able to find it. KXY is incredibly slow, though.
Affliction's not quite level 6, so there's no way for him to interrupt the Dismember either. Yeah, they see him. Gotta completely get out. Uh-oh.
Frank's still sticking nearby. KXY's going to dismember the creep instead. Do they want to turn to deal with the Beastmaster? The chain control won't be there. Actually, KXY lands the hook, and the rest of Radiant, they're slow to connect. With the Bedlam damage coming through from the level 6 on LTH, they'll find a double kill. And now Oscar's here for the team fight. They've got the Wraith Pack freshly completed. But look at the combo onto the Enigma. But the Hand of God sustain might be enough. And now they could think about turning it around. They've got the Black Ult already if required, but they won't even need it. As SG Esports, easy fights for them to take. They found their items and they instantly look to move top to take them.
Nicely done, nicely done. The big thing there is it was a small misplay coming through from Michael. Ended up hitting the Wraith Pact a couple of times, but all that damage that came through, 30% reduction is super significant, right? That is completely dead on the Pudge if they're able to connect through with that damage, but yeah, we just see what instantly happens with that turnaround potential. I like their movement, though. I like the fact that they wanted to be going together top as a team. You don't have a glyph to play around. You want to make sure you're taking away this jungle, all these places for the Pudge to be potentially farming. So, honestly, wouldn't even hate it if they went for the move again, now that you've got the Winter's Curse on Affliction.
Uh-oh, Conquer. It's a big kill if they're going to be able to find it. They've got the Dark Willow nearby for the damage. And they're going to find him. Oh, no, no, no. This blink on KXY, they're getting so much out of it.
It's playing real well. Well above expectations. So that's what they needed, right? They needed to make sure that they got out of this laning stage in a good spot. Still hasn't leveled up any kind of armor. You watch. Once he gets able to, he's going to put it into the Rot Slow just to make people think, man, Denok has no idea what he's talking about.
I'm trying to think of... I'm also in agreement. I feel like you want the armor this game. I'm trying to see if there's any reason why he would...
Almost always do. Here we go. Another smoke coming through. You've got the Blink Dagger this time on the Tiny.
Affliction? Oh, look at that. No hesitation. KXY is going to jump into the middle. The curse is out. It'll buy them some time to reposition, and we'll see if they want to continue to take the fight. But the Terrorize is even better, as LTH is going to push Michael into the Bramble, and let it be a kill and an ultimate expended from Radiant.
It really just feels like they're not truly connecting together to go for a lot of these kills. I'm still of the mindset of if you find the right pickoff with the full team fight on Infamous, you're going to be able to get on the better end because you've got the vision advantage, you've got BKB piercing ultimates, you've got better overall team fight in my eyes. Look at all the stuns, look at all the damage, look at the repositioning even on your team. But they just haven't fully come together as one unit to be able to do it. Maybe they want the BKB on the Kunkka, but it doesn't really stop all that much. Just the Willow, really.
They've got the item now I think they're looking for, though. Frank with the Helm of the Overlord, so he's going to feel a lot more comfortable with moving into fights. It gives them this opportunity now. If they get one pick off, I don't think it matters on who. They can definitely look to take Roshan.
Yeah. Let's just see what creep they get. All right, Thunderhide, pretty good one for Frank to be able to pick up. Helps with the push. Only 20 seconds left on the glyph cooldown, though, so that'll give them a lot more time to play around with on SG. What's the vision situation looking like for SG right now? Just using the creeps for a lot of this scouting, placing them towards the top of a lot of these stairs. They're going to need to send them inside of the Roche pit, but they should have complete understanding here. Affliction, good positioning.
But it's an early use of the Arctic Burn, so if they run at him now, he... Playing to the left side instead. They have the sentry. I think they see Frank. They see Frank. KXY is actually going to jump into the river instead of hooking on the high ground. The damage is stacking up, though. They'll chuck the arrow, but it's not enough to protect him. And off to the right side, Affliction, he used a curse that they didn't get anything out of it. So SG Esports, this is a big window now for them to maybe get an objective.
I'm not quite sure what Frank was doing all the way over there. The rest of his team was way to the right-hand side. You're not going to do anything solo as a Beastmaster. They're even going to take care of his Thunderhide, too. Extra 200 gold going their way. This is uncharacteristic sloppy play coming through from Infamous. Well, at least with that, they don't have the greatest Roche taking potential on SG's side, so Infamous aren't going to at least lose out on that front, and Parker, he's closing in on his BKB, only about 100 or so gold away. But what else can they really look to change up? Like the Mirana isn't super close to picking up anything. Spirit Vessel's still over 1,000 gold away. Really don't feel like Boots is going to do anything. Even just using the Eidolons for scouting.
Well, Affliction again. Another good jump if they can get the Winter Wyvern. Dark Willow's trying to pump the damage in with the Bedlam. They'll secure the kill. Can they look for a +1 though as Mauser pushing on forward? A sidestep of the hook, but KXY still has the dismember. But there's the Torrent coming into play for the damage. It's lacking. They don't have anything to be able to hold them back. And now with the BKB ultimates all on cooldown, Oscar, he can consider the black hole if he finds an angle, but it's not even required. As KXY just charges under the T1 tower. But the control, it'll drag them back. They're still able to get the kill into the Beastmaster beforehand, but the Pudge, he's separate from the team, but they want to get out. SG, they can't stick around. With the respawns coming up shortly, they'll look to TP up, but the Chen will not make it.
Man, this Wraith Pact is actually doing so much work. I really want to see Michael put a lot more emphasis onto taking it out, because right now he's not the main target in a lot of these fights, right? He doesn't have the Spirit Vessel just yet. You're not that useful for a lot of these combinations coming through, so that needs to be just at the top of his mind. Deal with this so that the rest of my team could look to make that damage happen. Even then, right, Wyvern really isn't the one that you want to be putting onto the front lines. You have such a difficult time being able to escape. It really does feel like the Hawk should be the thing that you're leading with whenever you're going up, especially at nighttime, into the enemy's jungle.
This is... It hasn't cost them yet as well from Infamous, but they have been using their roars and their curses very luxuriously, and they've got to be cautious because Oscar now has a blink. So if they use these ultimates early on, Oscar will jump in, and even if it's just a black hole onto one, that'll be enough to get the Slark getting the right clicks out and pumping the damage and stacking up the essence. So I really need to see Infamous paying a little bit more respect now to the Enigma.
I'm not sure what the interaction is with it and additional targets. Okay, so the Specialist's Array on the Mirana. I wonder if that's going to make things any easier for being able to deal with the Wraith Pact.
Do you... Okay, well, X-May went the Rots though. He's got the Nether Shoal as well, so he's like...
Oh my god.
Armor who?
Maybe he wants to be seen as the bait.
Okay,
I'm just trying to justify this, man.
Shadows, take us.
Top lane, Curse. Used defensively to hold back the Slark. They're going to look for the chain control. A mechanism will buy some time, and Mousefer's going to be okay. You look to go now if you're SG. That's Curse and Boat on cooldown.
And Mirana ulti.
I think they did solo smoke maybe to connect to top in case they were a little bit
Still
slow.
wants the
So maybe
Diffuser Blade on Malzva. He's so close. 50 gold.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, look at that. Even glyphing up the mid wave just to make sure that Infamous don't have this lane completely shoved out. They have a smoke?
This is 5-man Dota right now by SG, completely clumping together. They had the net worth lead for quite some time. KXY, I mean, he's got the Aghanim Scepter now, so he's going to be dishing out a ton of damage, but he was still a little bit further away from his team than I would have liked. Oh, the haste rune's nice.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah,
is
Leo
under
style
attack.
just pushing in this bottom wave. I believe that gives him his Echo Saber now. Or, yeah, no, it does. And Kunkka closing in on the Shadow Blades. So again, just multiple different ways to engage into fights. The break, of course, is going to be nice against the Slarp, wanting to man fight against the Essence Shift. Even just small things like that, which, you know, it's muscle memory. You think you're strong when you're just right-click trading, but if you're not actually able to get all of that agility, then it feels bad, man. Bottom lane, Leo style. Ooh,
He's going to find it.
bounce.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Instant haste, and KXY sees an opportunity to get involved for a kill, and well, he's going to partake instantly. His poor old Leo. Neck over to Malzva, an extra sack given over KXY as well.
Level 12 on the Beastmaster. Now they've got a little bit of extra damage as well. Drums of Endurance being picked up, so just more and more to be able to deal with getting this initial pick off or finding... Get the Wraith Pact, man. Use the additional movement and attack speed and just get the Wraith Pact, but don't commit everyone. That's the thing. Affliction still needs to be hanging back. He needs to make sure that he is not the one that's going to be caught inside of that black hole. Still no Lincoln Sphere on Oscar. That needs to be his main priority.
I think now with the Spirit Vessel completed though for Michael, this is where we might see some of their damage issues not be as prevalent anymore.
Dire's top tower
But
is
against the
under
sustain and the tankiness that SG have, they're going to look to fight.
Affliction's
KXY.
forward again, man.
Again, he's going to be caught out. A curse, but it will not matter. The damage coming through from SG from afar gets rid of the Winter Wyvern. And Infamous, they're going to have to back up now without their position 5 to take the fight. But SG on the prowl, seeing if they can catch up. But they are not fast enough.
He's just being really lax with his positioning, right? You assume that they're going to have some kind of vision around this Roche pit. And he's just walking up solo. Like, you know you're up against a Blink Dagger. Slark could have a Blink Dagger for all you know, right? You get pounced on, you're just dead. I do see that the Enigma has the Blink Dagger now, though. So, it's going to give them a lot of information with how to play around these next fights, but you've got to wait 45 seconds for the curse. At least he's going into that blink dagger to make that positioning a little bit easier. But it's really just about how they're starting a lot of these fights that's giving me issues. Ooh, look at Leo style with his build. Aghanim Scepter coming through, going to be fantastic at dealing with all of these this army that's coming through from the Chen. It's going to deal with the Eidolons, going to deal with the Slark within the Shadow Dance, and even the Depth Shroud that he's picked up pretty early on.
I'm not quite sure, but maybe this Radiant Observer would clip the smoke that SG took under the outpost. Because we see Infamous, they're backed up to the tier 1, and they're going to smoke themselves. Kexma in the low ground. He's able to get the Flesh Heap off. They need the Spirit Vessel to be able to bring him down, but the boat's going to fly. Where's the protection coming out to keep the Pudge alive? Which is finally going to get the jump in, but Oscar! A black hole onto the curse. It comes out fast enough, though. They're going to be able to stop it in its tracks, and they'll toss the Slark away as well. Radiant, can they continue with the team fight? They have the X dragging back Mouse for the Shadow Dance. It's going to protect him for the moment. He'll be able to reset his positioning. Leo style, he's got that blink in, but they will not catch up to the Slark. Instead, they'll target down the Chen.
Oh, that was anything but clean. That Winter's Curse coming very, very late, but still, that's the power of this lineup on Infamous. You have the potential to deal the AoE damage. You have the potential to just waste a target. We saw the impact coming through of the X marks there, right? You're just saving the Flesh Heap for as long as you can. He was forced to dismember just any target that he could, just for that little bit of extra regen. And then after that, that's when the Spirit Vessel really came in clutch. 300 gold away from the Blink Dagger. It's going to make their life a lot easier for Affliction once he picks that up. They didn't look to go immediately into this Roshan, and both sides of the Roche Pit are warded right now by SG, and they've waited for people to be alive again. Eventually, they will get the D-ward off. Still on the left-hand side, though, as Eidolon going to scout out exactly what's happening. Affliction again on the front side. Malsvin knows that they've got vision up there.
Malsvin?
He can't reach it.
There we go. Roche giving up. But it didn't look like they've wanted to contest this with 3 heroes kind of playing towards the right side of the map. But I don't think you're going to be able to avoid this Aegis with how Infamous can siege thanks to the Beastmaster summon. So they might have to set up a defense as top lane. Slark. Curse is out. Frank's nearby for the Raw. It's going to be able to set up for the arrow.
Nice arrow.
Beautifully done. Affliction. They needed that first stun so Frank could get nearby. A big kill onto the Slark, and now this will definitely be the tier 2 tower going down.
This is that power that I was talking about when I was talking about the 80-20, in my opinion, with the draft. They haven't done it perfectly, but when it does come off, it's just so devastating. There's no way that you can handle into this. Props to SG for how they've tried to itemize and play around some of these pickoffs, but it's just that weight of numbers that they've got. So many answers to what SG had in the draft.
BKB now completed for KXY. So at least it will help out a little bit with some of the damage at the start with the Spirit Vessel. But as soon as that BKB expires, he's always going to be in trouble. You mentioned they also have a great way to kind of kite him through Flesh Heap. So it feels like definitely for the Pudge, his kind of timing is the Flesh Heap BKB combo. If they don't get a kill or two, then otherwise he will have a very difficult time of dancing in and out of these fights.
They immediately pinged the fact that Kunkka went bottom with his TP. He TP'd underneath a ward. He, of course, went into the creep wave. So I wonder if that'll be a bit of a trigger for SG to want to play around this top side, or maybe they're just wanting to wait for Oscar to get his BKB. That's why he's standing in the tree line on the right. They will make a TP rotation eventually. Is this going to be a smoke, though? Shen doesn't have one available. Neither does the Willow. So it doesn't seem like it.
See Parker. He's going to go for this Okay, no more. No one's playing behind the Slark. Just a cat and mouse. Looking to try and avoid. Arrow does connect, but no one else is there to follow up. Nice hook.
Chen is kind of nice.
Might catch up. Yeah, he's going to be able to get at least the boat off for the moment. Wraithpack lay it down to the right side, but he's so far away to help the Chen.
There's a lot of dire vision still around, though. 3 observer wards placed around exactly where Infamous are being able to make these moves. Ooh, Titan Sliver, that's going to be real nice for Parker to pick up. Just that additional base damage, going to be even better for dealing with the Chen and the Enigma armies. Lixian trying to catch out Malzva down here on the bottom side, but we'll be able to TP away in time. So, looks like they won't be able to stop, they won't be able to breach the high ground just yet with this Aegis, at least for now, but they'll clear out all of these towers and the safety that they've got to play around. Parker throwing himself up there first, even into the dangers of the high ground, because he knows how capable he is with the Aegis, with all of his items that he's been able to pick up. His team not too far behind him.
These goddamn Hawks, though. It's giving them so much information. Seeing Dark Willow move mid, they're going to see the Chen as well. Okay, XY jump onto the Tiny. It's going to be a lot of damage in the moment. Affliction's there to help out, but they might still get Leo style. To the right side, Terrorize. They'll consider
How the hell
it.
did that Bramble not hit?
Those styles out. Beautifully done. Affliction forced to use the curse defensively. You're happy with that, and now they're going to look to smoke. They have the Aegis for another minute here on Parker.
Trying to find anyone. There's the
They
Hawk
see
power.
the Chen. They're going to see
Slark,
Malzva as well.
Slark.
Nice read. Instantly, as soon as the ultimate pops, he's going to look to move to the right side. He's still under vision, though. Dude, these Hawks, it's giving them so much information.
It's just a Chen for now, but I feel like that's okay on SG. You know, you've been able to wait out this Aegis. My issue is what next big item is actually coming for SG that's going to change this game. You've got the BKB on the Enigma. It's going to need to be like a 5-man black hole that resolves this. And I mean, Infamous have shown that their coordination hasn't been completely perfect, right? So you might be able to exploit that a little bit. You could buy the plate mail on the Pudge if you wanted to, just to be able to survive in those
Michael.
instances.
They have the Observe Ward, so they know exactly where the Mirana's playing for the moment. So Pudge is in. An easy kill for them to find. And Radiant, they will back up as soon as they lose the Mirana. They're going to double back and play as a team. They did smoke under the ward on Dire, so Infamous are well aware that SG continued to push outside the base.
I was thinking he might have gone for the blind hook there on KXY. As soon as his smoke popped, they'll see a haste rune top, and yeah, why not give that one over? Never mind. Needed the little bit of a bottle regen. I mean, it's a Pudge, not the greatest mana pool. Really does feel like a lot of these losses that they're copping on Infamous are inconsequential, right? The net worth lead is ballooned back in their favor, 6k now, and it's all on the back of these towers, these objectives, and they're just going to keep scaling at a much higher rate, in my opinion, compared to SG. Like, they have a lot of items that they could look to go into. BKB now on the Beastmaster, so he doesn't care about Pounce, he doesn't care about Willow. Feels good, man.
See the Chen again, very disconnected from the team. Affliction's going to try and move forward, and well, he's got Leo Star nearby. So this pick off into the Chen. Ooh, they got to get the kill, and they finish them food. So up the high ground, they might consider with the catapult wave. They do push incredibly fast, and they're even going to use an aggressive glyph to help out.
That's before the Dire glyph actually came through too.
LTH?
A little bit surprising.
Dire structures are fortified.
Pudge was going for an attempt onto the back line, but there we go. Glyph used, tower nearly dead. So it's all just on the back of one quick pick-off. Yeah, they know they've got the vision up there. You have to go for these miracle hooks. LTH just trying to protect the vision that they've got right now. There's such little space that they can look to play around. I don't think this Skadi is going to change anything on the Slark. He's got the Echo Saber, so a little bit more damage can be nice. But beyond that, again, I'm not seeing this big item. The Chen Ags, maybe, could be the difference. The Martyrdom coming through.
Yeah. We even got the Lincoln's being worked on from Moscow, so maybe that could...
That will, but I feel like it's going to take
so far
way too
away.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, with the DD, they might look to take a fight. They have a smoke, and this is the thing, like the power of a Mirana, where even if you don't have a smoke, you can always play around with the Moonlight Shadow and still look to get aggressive inside the jungle. So Even though Mouseful has this double damage in it, it looks like SG won't be able to at least play with this minor advantage.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate situation where they just can't, right? Like, you're going up against all these people that are great at being able to find pickoffs. Kunkka, Beastmaster all have repositioning or vision spells. They're able to land the arrow in onto
Well, the boat to the right side.
And they find
Starting
a
onto Chen for the moment. Depth shot's going to be committed, but KXY, look at the jump. They want to take the Wyvern completely out of the team fight, but the instant buyback is going to try and rejoin. Mouseful with the BKB. They're targeting down by the Conqueror at the moment. The Black Hole's going to be used as well because Oscar sees that the Roar was used. He's got a free fight to be able to charge up the ultimate, and that's enough for them to get the double kill, but they're not done. As KYXY now into the river onto Frank as the Pudge finds another straggler. As SG Esports, a beautiful read on how they need to take the fight. Take the Wyvern out, deal with one of the BKB dealing controls, and then look to get on the Beastmaster and force a bad spell out of the Roar.
Yep, instantly after that was used, it was BKB, Black Hole, anything. Able to take out the Kunkka. It's worth it. The one-man Black Hole is worth it because if that Kunkka's not there, you don't have a way to deal with these armies that are coming through. You don't have a lot of that damage consistently coming out. This is still a mid-tiny. He is not that consistent tower sieger just yet. He's got the potential to be, but for right now, until he's level 20 with a Daedalus, let's say, he really doesn't feel like he has that potential.
Let's go. We got Chenags, baby. Give me that martyrdom. Just suicide yourself. Oh no, he's got the Dark Troll. How long does these last for? 30 seconds? Is that the play? Wait, what's the cool? Is there a cooldown?
Use the Skellies. Can you use it on the... Yeah, 8 seconds internal cooldown. I don't think you can use it on the summons, unfortunately. Just the real boys.
Okay. Just the big Donnies. Wait, so what? Just
what are we
the
asking?
heal. No,
I was level 25 gives the strongest spell.
Level 14, Jen.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, we'll see there. Black Hole on cooldown for 80.
And he has some armor now. He's got the Lotus Orb, so that's nice.
Let's go. Let's go to Roche. KXY.
Hook.
Let's go for the hook. What's the call? He doesn't have anyone near him at the moment. Is he going to blink in instead? Oh. Well, this is your high ground siege now. With Parker having Aegis, they gave the Ag Shard. It's in the backpack at the moment for the Conquer. Trying to see if he wants it or not.
I would give it to Tiny. I feel like having a consistent Chew Grab is much more valuable. You need that steady damage coming through.
They again need to get the Wyvern. If you're not taking the Wyvern out at the start of the fight for SG, their fights it's going to be difficult for them to execute. Very
Arrow
close.
we hit there onto the slug. Yeah, they're just sending through the Aegis carrier. It's Parker. Just to give that shard to someone is what he needs. Yep. He's nearly got a Satanic too. They're just going to do this step by step. I think Affliction needs to be slightly further back. He needs to be underneath the ward, playing away from the team
I don't
fight,
know what they can do. Oh, no. Okay.
What up?
I thought they were going to go on KOXY. I don't see how they defend this.
They don't. Oh, they got the martyrdom healed right towards the end there. The Hand of God's on the Pudge right now. Man, my favorite part about Chen is him yelling like, all are healed, and you just don't get that with the martyrdom. It's just this quiet little poof. They see the Slark walking up here. Wait, what, just like, one is healed?
I just need something better. Just give me a KXY.
Only you.
Just a different something. Just not this crappy sound animation. Dota's got very good sound cues, but...
Let's not talk bad about Dota's sound design. It's one of the best in the biz.
That's... What? Did you not hear what I just said? Just...
I tuned half of it out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know I can.
They're going to move on forward. What can you do against this, man? Like, this is the farm to sell Conquer that's now got the Satanic.
KXY? I don't know if you can make this play.
They actually pushed him out with the tidal wave. Might have been in danger of dying there, if not.
They said to the helm of the Overlord. Something. A silver lining. This is hard to watch. It would be frustrating.
Boar do it. Oh, the boar did it. Let's go. Dealt with the tower. Mouseful? Closing in on that Daedalus on Tiny. He's got the enchanted quiver as well, so just this burst damage is nutty. Even a Chen.
You have to smoke and go around. I don't see another way they're ever going to be able to take this fight. Someone needs to show on the front. Probably the Slark, and then you need him to backstab though. Someone's gonna show on the barracks, and the other people have to wrap all the way around. But you see where Radiant are positioning the triangle. Like, they are well aware that this is pretty much the only way that SG will get somewhat of a decent fight.
XY just trying to find the odd hook, but they'll see that the Slarks are feeling up top. They know that they don't have consistent damage. Slark's TPing back now, but they're long gone.
Get the hell!
Range racks secured.
Easy 250 gold. Parker's even gonna boat as well. There's the rat. It's a Dark Willow. He tried to drop a ward to maybe help out to start the fight. A hook's there, but it's just shy as Leosai's able to step out to the left. And they're gonna try and push Parker in. If he can find an opening for the moment. Oh, no, not like this, Chen, right?
Well, they got 45 seconds until that Aegis is gone, so should be at least this one more lane of racks. He's actually going to back off before getting too low on the old mana pool. Of course, Slark with the Diffusal Blade. But Kunkka's not really one of those heroes that relies on mana for the damage. Even the Tiny, right? You're oftentimes just in and out, skirting the team fight. And again, once he gets his own Aghanim's Shard, then you could just deal that consistent damage that you're going to need. Hook off the mark.
The stun onto Parker the start, but lovely ability is the X. And meanwhile, Frank is just...
They're ratting. And then maybe when they go top, they go bot. Yeah, they see the TP. Now do they go bot?
Oh no.
Where are we?
Don't
it
can be so frustrating.
Aegis is gone though. So they've gotten out of this with not losing the most, right? Melee barracks is still there. You've lost one lane, but that was pretty much to be expected considering what you were coming up against. There is a DD to deal with though, and a Kunkka that's ridiculously close to getting up to that level 25. There it is.
Oh. Frank popped the BKB. As you like to say, just testing to see if it works.
Look, if it's Australian made, sometimes it just doesn't work. So maybe it's an Australian BKB.
No, Oscar's close to Lincoln's. It's only it'll be incredibly big. It's only 10,000 deficit. It feels a lot more than what it's showing at the moment, but
I mean, it's all on Kunkka, right? All of this net worth lead is on Kunkka, basically. So if you could deal with him, if you could solo black hole him, it's almost worth it. Even need no stinking Aegis. He's just going to go in, try and force him back, not let that net worth lead grow further. If they can find a bad fight, then what happened with the... Who ended up picking up that DD? Did you see?
It got denied from the beast. Smoking him in light shadow. Gonna part their way to top. Now as far he is out though. Doesn't want to stick around to go for another wave. So Radiant
this would be big. Look at the courier. Look at the Enigma courier. If they could kill it, that's no Lincoln Spear.
But they saw the outburst get claimed. No. Oh no. That's no bueno.
No bueno indeed. They call that an El disaster. I love how you don't know enough Spanish to tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Well, I'm trying to, but yeah, no, I really don't know enough Spanish to know if that's right or not.
I'll keep that to myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I translate to the disaster, but I don't know, they do some things a little bit interesting there. So sure, we'll go with that. El Disaster.
Man,
No good.
I would hate anyone that's not a natural English speaker trying to speak English. Like, just imagine trying to teach someone the difference between, like, through and through, the two different spellings for it. Like, we went through the hallway and we threw a ball through the hallway. Like, how could you possibly say these are pronounced the same way?
I have the utmost respect for people who can speak multiple languages. That is just... impossible is definitely not the word to use. It is incredibly
very
difficult. Yes.
You got to do it when you're young. My neurons are not elastic anymore, let's say that much. So I want to learn other languages. I want to be better in Spanish. I want to learn some Mandarin as well, but right now it's just French and English.
How serious are you about the French learning?
Oh no, like I'm confident if I was stranded in France, I would be able to like not die in the streets, basically.
I'll hold that as smoke up from SG. Let's see what they can do. They do not currently have a ward to play with, and with this mid lane getting shoved out, it will be pretty obvious shortly.
It's just about trying to predict where they're moving. Like, Wyvern is still the one. He's inside the Roche pit right now.
They're going to see Michael. They know exactly where they are. A jump in from KXY is going to leap closer to the rest of SG. And unfortunately for Michael, still Afflictions nearby. They might get the kill onto the Dark Willow, but they're riding top. They're going to go back. Look at Frank. Oh no, not the little rap Dota. They might be able to cancel TPs with the water high ground. They see LTH. Wait, Dark Willow, you're sticking around? I don't think that's a place you want to be, my friend. Get down. Not like this. Oh, the Martyrdom's not enough as well.
Cook. Oh, just a little bit further away. It was enough when he was, in the middle of that team fight previously. They used Hand of God. They used the Martyrdom on him with the Holy Locket, but still wasn't enough. And look at that right there. They just chanted the Roshan. The Korean casters from TI4 going for the Roshan.
Dark Willow's even going to buy back to try and protect the bottom barracks so the rest of the team can move out to maybe contest Roche. But the third one, give it over to Infamous. The Aegis on the Conquer. Affliction has the Refresher Shard now. That's going to make it that much more difficult for Enigma to play with the Black Hole. He does have the Lincolns, but still, it's not going to be easy at all for him to find an opening, which really feels like this game just relies on him to somehow get a miracle Black Hole.
They've even got the AC available on Frank as well, so it's a lot of damage to have to contend with. I want to see if they look to make a move once he shows that he's up on this top side of the map. They should have got a glimpse of the Wild Axes coming through, so again, even though it's a 5v4, it's technically a 5v5 into the Aegis. I feel like you're not going to get many better opportunities than that one right there. You've got the full 4 minutes now of this Aegis to be able to play around for taking this last Rax. Yeah, here we go. Let's see Frank. They're going to catch him.
Oh, nice.
Maybe not. Got him.
They're still able to catch up to him, though. Frank will pop a BKB and TP all the way back to base.
He didn't get bashed once. He hit him like 8 times. Oh my god, man.
Right, well, with the bottom barracks, they're still trying to finish off the melee. Parker starting to dwindle it down. Maybe 2 more times and they might be able to get it. They won't have to worry about top for a little bit now. But SG, you've got to go before raiding gets set up.
Where is that lack of bashes in my games, man? Every single time I'm TPing away. First hit bash, every single time. But nope, Frank just has some bash armor right now.
KXY. He'll get one of them. He's going blind a lot of the time, and that's what again, you're fishing. Like, in a game like this, you're hoping for an incredible black hole, you're hoping for an incredible hook, and...
They're gonna try and get Frank again.
Meanwhile, bottom Parker's just in a BKB boat as well to try and get the barracks. They'll force out the glyph. I'll live to see another day, at least with the bottom barracks.
It's pretty stunning that they're being able to defend against this, though. This is multiple lanes being hit in with Aegis, with just a guaranteed safety net from the X marks on the Conquer.
Bro, they're not going to do this for another 2 minutes 30. All right, they've got a yours now maybe to play with.
I mean, Wyvern's away from them, too.
KXY's at the low ground. 2 people aren't playing with Infamous for the moment. Just trying to drag their attention away. The Pug Sharks are going to try and chase down the Tiny. A force stuff to get him out. They're going to miss the hook as well. But look at top. Oh no, you left Frank. Oh, not the wrap. Play.
This is what I was talking about in the draft, man. Like, who wants to go first on SG? They just don't have the capability.
Okay,
Nice
down
curse
bottom,
coming through.
onto 2. Affliction, beautifully
Did it.
done. Got
All
the
a
money
heal.
to, but the damage from afar. It might be enough. Where's the extra? They're not going to find it. Oh, no.
Might be getting ratted as well. Just that sole melee barracks left. And, well, now Frank doesn't even need to do it solo. He could be joined by the rest of the team. And they're just celebrating. They're giving thanks to Lord Roshan.
They got a smoke? Oh, no. No smoke to wrap around. Now it's fun. There's a bash. First hit bash on a Frank. They're instantly going to smoke to try and get to the Beastmaster's position. Frank will get the roar up at the Dark Pack from Mounts and means that team to push on. Gotta be cautious though, because Radiant, they're connecting. Affliction, he's onto the punch. This is a big kill if they're going to be able to get the Winter Wyvern. The rot damage with Mounts and nearby should be enough, but look how hesitant they are. SG, they don't want to commit for the moment. They're going to try and retreat back in the lane, but the damage from the tree volley brings Pudge down to half. KXY still okay for the moment. The curse is out.
Good
Oscar,
curse.
he's waiting in the trees. They need an incredible Black Hole to have a hope
got it
of
to go.
going back, and he'll never find an opening because Infamous, they know exactly the way that SG can come back in this game off the back of the Black Hole. So they're making sure they split up, never giving him that opportunity. As Parker's in, trying to deal with the last set of Arix. Mountsville will get rid of Affliction.
This is what I meant with the safety options when it comes to TI qualifiers, right? They're going to go in. He's got 15 seconds left on the Aegis. He actually ends up popping the Satanic as well. Might have let him to live for that little bit longer and then die inside the enemy base. But there they go. They got the Megas. Aegis just about to expire. 5 seconds away, finally. And they're just going to retreat, let the creeps do the majority of the work. And honestly, might even just be that rat style coming back into play, right? You can go multiple lanes. They're all going to be shoved in. You've got 3 heroes that are pretty terrible at dealing with it. So, yeah. If you can't do it, let your creeps do the work. Just buying the Shadow Blade on the Enigma. He's like, I need to find a great black hole.
No, he just sold it.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the same thing. I actually really like the Shadow Blade pickup because with all the vision that the beast is providing them, but maybe it just feels like if one black hole gets countered, then potentially not going to have a second way to counter it. Well, Frank,
Good hook.
nice hook from KXY. Did they? What's the call here from SG? You know the Wyvern's down for a little bit. You know the Roar's on cooldown, so Oscar will
just
have an
walking up
opportunity
into
for the black hole. Oh my god, the Dark Wheel gets assassinated to the backline, but
Oh, it's
meanwhile
over.
Mousfor as well. The double damage room with the tree ball. He evaporates out of sight. And now Oscar, they're on top of the Enigma as well. He's going to try and turn with the black hole. It's a decent amount of damage, but not enough. Only onto 1. They needed something incredible. They needed a miracle, and they will not find it in game 1 as Infamous will take it 50 minutes in.
Oh, 50 minutes. It did feel like it could have been over in 25 based on some of those movements coming through, just getting caught out a little bit too much on their own. That last fight, I was watching the Slark going up against the Tiny with that double damage rune being popped. He did, in one tick of the tree volley, 2,500 damage, and then the second tick did 1,000. So that will just basically vaporize anyone that wants to walk up into you as we see the scoreboard coming through here.